Now let's talk about this problem. If the volume of the parallelepiped whose coterminous edges are given by vector A is equal to this, then we have vector B, right? Then we have vector C here. And it is nothing but 158 cubic units has been given. So very common formula we have for the same. Whenever you have been given the volume, the scalar triple product is always going to be the volume of the parallelepiped, right? So that means if you have been given three vectors, let me take the determinant of the coefficients of I, j, k, right? All the three vectors has to be considered. That means we have 1, we have 1, we have n here, right? We have been given 2, we have been given 4, this is minus n. Then we have 1, this is n, and this is 3, and which is equal to how much? 158. So it's a mere simple determinant we have. We can expand it. So once you expand it, we get n is equal to 8, right? So that means this 2 option doesn't seem to be the correct one. But yes, let me check for this 2. So what we can do? We can substitute n here. N is what? 8. So once you substitute n 8, also here n is 8, then you check for the dot products of B and C, that is B dot C and A dot C. So once you check the dot product, we get B dot C to be equal to 10, right? So second option is the correct one we have. Now friends, let's talk about question number 21. 4 fair dice are thrown independently 27 times. Then the expected number of times at least 2 dice show up, a 3 or a 5. So when you say problem, which concept this problem is based on? So yes, this is a problem based on binomial distribution. N is 27, right? If I talk about P, so basically we are talking about at least 2 dice show up a 3 or a 5. That means we have P as 2 by 6, which is coming out to be 1 by 3. Then we take the probability of failure, right? This is Q, which is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 3, which is 2 by 3 we have, right? So this is how we can write it. Now, if I talk about probability of getting at least 2 3s or 5s in one trial. So this is coming out to be how much? We have been given this part, so 4C2, right? And this is 1 by 3 square. We can write 2 by 3 square we have. Then we have 4C3, right? And this is coming out to be 1 by 3 whole cube, and this is 2 by 3 we have, right? And again, we can just write the next part, that is 4C4, which is 1 by 3 raised to the power 4, right? And 2 by 3 raised to the power 0 we have. So it is coming out to be 11 upon 27, right? If you do the calculation here. And we have been asked to find the expected number of times. That is the main part we are talking about. So when you say expectation, yes, when you say expectation, right? So what we have, we can just write this as 11 by 27 times we have 27, which is coming out to be 27, which is 11. So yes, we have been asked to find the expected number of times, which is nothing but NP. So this formula expectation is nothing but we have NP here, right? So this is a very interesting problem we have. Now let me go to the next one. If I talk about the next problem, that is if the line 2x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0 is at a distance of 1 by root 5 and 2 by root 5 from the lines 4x minus 2y plus alpha is equal to 0 and 3x minus 3y plus beta is equal to 0 respectively, then the sum of all possible values of alpha and beta. Again, this is a very interesting thing. So just have a look at this part. So if you see here, this is the line we have and this is the line we have. What is the similarity between these two lines? Yes, these two lines are parallel to each other, right? So what we have, if you just have a look at this part. So this is at a distance of 1 by root 5 from this. So let me take these two lines first of all. Plus 3 is equal to 0, or we can write it as 4x minus 2y plus 6 is equal to 0. This is 1. Then we have the next part, that is again we have 4x minus 2y plus alpha is equal to 0, right? These are the two equations we have. So that means if I talk about the distance between the parallel lines, you can see these are the parallel lines we have. A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2, right? So what we can take D is equal to alpha minus 6 divided by, this is coming out to be how much? 4 square, and this is we have minus 2 square, right? So this is what we have, fine. Now if I talk about this value, this is 1 by root 5 we have. So from here we get some values of alpha, right? And we get alpha minus 6 is equal to 2, calculation if you do it, right? Next we have the next part. If you just have a look at this, we have been given the same line and this is at a distance of 2 by root 5 from this line, right? So that means same thing, we have been given 2x minus y plus 3. We multiplied by 3. So this is coming out to be 6x minus 3y, and this is plus 9 we have. And also this line is given to us, that is 6x minus 3y plus beta is equal to 0 we have, right? Now if I talk about the distance 2 by root 5, yes, so 2 by root 5 means we have beta minus 9 upon under root of 6 square plus minus 3 square, which is nothing but we have 2 upon root 5 we have, right? So that means if I talk about beta minus 9 after the calculation, we have beta minus 9 is equal to 6, right? This is what we can take. So we have alpha minus 6 is equal to 2. So we can just take these two values here. Just have a look at this part. We have alpha minus 6 is equal to 2. This is one part. Then we have alpha minus 6 is equal to minus 2. So alpha is equal to 8 we have. Then alpha is equal to 4 we have, right? Similarly here we have beta minus 9 is equal to 6. And then we have beta minus 9 is equal to minus 6. So that means beta is equal to 15, right? Beta is equal to, we have 3 here. And then we add all the terms. Once we add it, we get the final answer to be 30 here, right? So this is the final answer we have. So hopefully both the problems are clear to you.